Hey guys, I'm Benjamin David and welcome to the Board Game Vault. Bohnanza is a trading and set collection card game for 2 to 7 players by the famous Uwe Rosenberg and takes about an hour to play. Players start with 5 cards in their hand which must stay in the order that they were dealt for the rest of the game. On your turn you will first plant bean cards. You must plant the first card in your hand in one of your 2 imaginary field slots, and you may plant the second. Matching beans are stacked, and if your bean doesn't match one of your fields, you have to sell one of them off so that you can plant your new bean. Depending on how many cards of that type you have planted, you will get that many coins. So in this case, if I sold 7 wax beans, I would get 2 gold coins. Second, draw 2 cards to the middle of the table. In many ways, this step is the very heart of the game. You can keep these cards, or you can trade them with cards in your hands to other players, or you can even just give them to other players. Third, all players must now plant those traded and donated beans. This is what provides both opportunities and pressure on that trading round because whatever is traded has to be planted in this step. The planting order is up to the player, and you can harvest or sell off fields as you go if needed. Also, once in a game, a player may buy a 3rd bean field for 3 gold coins, but that's the most bean fields a player can ever have. Fourth, the active player now draws 3 cards from the deck, one at a time, placing them in order in the back of the hand. The game ends when the draw deck is exhausted for the 3rd time. Players then harvest their last beans, which are currently planted, and the farmer with the most gold coins wins the game. The art is funny, it's nostalgic for many, but it's also pretty dated at this point. Now the highlights of this gameplay are that unique mechanism where you have to keep all of the cards in order in your hand at all times. That's very clever. And definitely all of the player interaction that the trading really encourages throughout the game. That's really the meat of this game. But I also appreciate that it scales to 6 or 7 people. That's very nice. The difficulties are, I think this game only fires on all cylinders if you have 4 to 6 players who are all active and creative traders and make decisions quickly. And it may just be my gaming groups, but I find that there's almost always a few people who aren't very active or creative traders, or they just take a long time to make decisions, and that really bogs the game down. In fact, I pretty much always end the game after going through the deck once instead of the recommended 3 times. Now when it does work, this game is super fun. Sadly, in my case, it just doesn't seem to be that often. So this is definitely a classic that everyone should try once when they get a chance, and depending on your gaming group, this might be worth picking up. So I give it a 6 out of 10 stars, and that is Bohnanza. Thanks for watching the Board Game Vault. For clear and concise 2-minute reviews, as well as many other great videos, click that vault on the left to subscribe. Game on, my friends.